I'm not even gonna try to fix this. I want to see a better angle. Leave this fucking god forbidden uh, website. Fuck YouTube. Moral of the story. Um, what's happening? Um, well, I had a big day today, so I'm a little late to the party. Sorry for that, but it's just a busy week, busy with a lot of blessings, a lot of cancellations, but somehow roll with the punches, and I got more opportunities that presented themselves, and yeah, I'll be evaluating which ones I could actually follow through with. But you know, um, in that, I also did find some of the clips. It was the city hall where I was trying to fight to prevent the installation of the drug wars 2.0. Uh, Sadly, failed because there's a lot of money, a lot of coordinated actors um, who are usually working with housing lobbyists. Like the corporations that are buying up the politicians so they can get access to all the homes. Those are the people they really want to start a new war on drugs so the police could stop and harass anybody who may be lowering their property value. So this was like couldn't find it the day I ended up doing a video about it.
And to work with our businesses and our residents and others throughout this community to keep doing the great work that has been able to be done because we have the BIA. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Nathan Fisher in person, and then we'll be moving to Jennifer Godfrey remotely.
Hello, I am Nathan Fisher. I am one of the witnesses of the despair sweeping the city, people on the zombie drug. There was someone who overdosed in the library across the street from the school I work and attend. I agree with Sarah Nelson, something needs to be done. However, we disagree on what that is. I think we need to legalize and regulate our drugs so people aren't using fentanyl when they think they're using something else and they have a community to go to. They can't be oversold drugs that may kill them. I don't think we need to further the police state. If you guys really cared about the safety of the people, you would have been here in person voting for rent control. I think we need a war on the drug manufacturers. On the corporations that are pushing people into all of this despair, all of this homelessness. So please don't be a hypocrite. If you actually care about people, help them. Don't arrest them. Well, yeah.
Next we'll move to
I'm willing to stand behind that statement, but a lot of the people when we were doing this, it was the people who looked like they were coordinated. They had like a black speaker at every corner, but they were made to look like they weren't together, but they had like a unified message. And I thought that was weird as fuck. And then as soon as I went up, it was two white people who were with these people, and they declined to speak. Because I refuted their points before they could even fucking put them out there. So it was just, yeah, because they were like, "Oh my God, it's so much despair. It's so sad to see these drug addicts." Well, most of them don't even know what the fuck they're injecting. If we regulated the drugs, of course we're going to see the people do better. And of course, if we have a community outreach program that's not there to get rich, but it's there to protect people so they're not taking some shit that's killing them, being cut with some cheap powder that could kill them quite easily or incapacitate them at best, have them slumped over, looking like a Walking Dead extra. Um, yeah, so it's this kind of stuff that yeah, it's all kinds of money because Seattle, they say they don't have money for like a lot of shit, especially when it comes to housing. I mean, they got money for corporations to buy up your housing, but they don't have anything to help people who are homeless. You know, like they don't have like social service workers walking around asking the homeless people, "Hey, how can we get you in a home?" Why don't we, make it so that these corporations can't own property? But um, it's one big club and you ain't in it. So, like I was saying, previous live stream, I was at a John Legend show. He was against the war on drugs. His mom experienced drug addiction personally, and it helped shape his worldview. And if we can get anybody who understands how toxic the war on drugs is and what they have planned and how it's never good, um, it will be greatly appreciated. So that's why I'm looking forward to going over a lot of the stuff with the Russell Brown interview that we got in the making. Russell Brand needs to learn to do as he's told. Like Hill, he does. LOL. Like Hill, he does. You mean hell, he does. Yeah. I think if you were learned anything in a Western country, that is, something like Britain or one of the colonies of Britain, you could live in a settler colonial situation, or you're just like handing over your resources to the maniacs over in London, whatever it is. If you learned under their tutelage, you need to throw out everything you thought and believed. Everything you thought and believed is backwards. That's one thing that it's good to see Africa doing, because it's not just Britain; it's just all Western European countries built on racism, hatred, um, and basically ignorance. Because first thing they do, um, wipe information, so they get access to the Library of Alexandria. All these ancient texts from ancient Egypt, burn it down, right? What do we see with the internet right now? It's the modern day burning of Library of Alexandria. It's like they get rid of all pertinent information, real information. They got intelligence agencies there to carve out what you can learn, and it's always bullshit. The schools aren't there to teach you what's needed. They're teaching you to go through life and get cheated. To quote Boost Riley. I love just tuning in even if I don't have much input. Well, I love you showing up nonetheless. It's always good to have a growing army, non-violent army. Let's see. Hey Nate, what up? Good to hear from you. Oh yeah. Well, and if you enjoy that, remember to check out NatesVlogs.net. More uploads coming. I got this one chopped up. I was gonna be posting an extended evaluation of my experience with the Seattle City Hall, and yeah, coordinating an interview with Shama Sawant in the near future. That'll probably be before the Russell Brand one, but um, more or less the same shit, same objective. Um, Helping maximum amount of people realize that we're being played, and figuring out how to navigate outside of the traditional means and methods that have been established for us. So your YouTubes, fuck all that shit. It's good to see Rumble, even though I'm having technical difficulties on there. It's good to see them eating YouTube's lunch. And eventually it'll be NatesVlogs.net. You done with YouTube? YouTube is done with me. Uh, I lost too many channels for me to be able to trust anything to go on over there. I have no reason to invest hours in editing anything just so they can take it down immediately. So yeah, uh, um, I would love if I could have my YouTube viewers that I was able to accumulate over the decade and some change of creation. Um, but yeah, I want no part to do with YouTube's censorship regime, working directly with the fucking government. Like they are a textbook fascist company, using all their power to put competition out of business, and they have unlimited power because they can create money. They like I said, they work with the government. That's why they went from being a search engine to everything. Now they got more phone market share than any other company. When they came to market, there were way more phone operating systems. Um, then they slowly began to buy patents for everything. They destroyed all the competition. They do it with anything that they buy. If they buy um, patents to cars that run on the filth in your water and give you a clean bottle of water, and 100 miles off of just dirty water. They'll buy the patent for something like that, so something like that can't come to market. They'll sue even though they don't create shit. I mean, now they get like umpteen $1 billion contracts with the Pentagon and stuff like that. But it's really not them. They have just unlimited money, and they can approach scientists, but for the most part, they just buy stuff that was already made. Evil company. That's why their motto used to be "Don't be evil." Now they stopped even pretending. It's like, yeah, just where we work directly for the CIA. I need to get back over to your site. It's time to binge, and I think your classics soon. What I think are your classics soon. Yeah. Well, more classics on the way. Still got like a couple hundred videos I haven't uploaded. I'm a yeah, probably end up uploading all of the rewinds to my website through nateflix.net or through rumble.com/nateflix. But some of the I'm gonna do something a little different with the employee evaluations. So I'll still upload some of those, but probably have like not like a paywall, but especially like older ones. I'd rather just uh, give people a break. Especially if it's like a 10-year-old employee evaluation. I'm making fun of somebody doing some stupid shit and they were like really young and dumb. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and hope that they got their shit together. And I'm not gonna try to. If I do release it on something, I'm gonna have like add some extra content to it just so I can be like, well, I hope they figure shit out. Um, yeah, because I was having issues. I'm like, man, they posted this video 10 years ago. They probably got hella kids now. I'd like to think that they stopped hoeing and letting a dog eat their booty hole or whatever the fuck, the evaluation contains. So, um, but yeah, we'll figure that out. Google equals intelligence funding. Yes, it does. Sounds good, man. Appreciate you evolving. Well, you gotta evolve or you'll evaporate. Um, and it's just a matter of time because most of the stuff is just like once I started to unlearn all the toxic shit that was uh, indoctrinated into my education. Um, yeah, it's just the natural progression, you know. A few things they're hard not to take away. Once you have like level of loss, both parents have believed in the system. Both parents were poisoned by the system. Um, and then I saw that the plans they had for them, they had for me. my siblings, for just everybody in my family. It's like we all got marked for just a second tier life, or even if that deeper. But yeah, once I understood the game being played, it's like all I can notice. It's like, what is it? The movie They Live. It's like I always got my glasses on. I see that there are some fascists pretending to be human. Reminds me of De Beers. They buy loads of diamonds just to keep them off the market to artificially keep prices high. Yeah, that's a cartel. Most of our businesses, the household name businesses at least, they're cartels. So your banks, they're cartels. Especially you see them, they're connected to the Federal Reserve. It's like a big European banking cartel. They got in charge of our money. It's not a federal entity. It's not under the government. It's a private corporation. Um, their goal is not to bring stability to the American working class. It's to gut the country, um, give preferential treatment to their owners, and yeah. So it's just like, yeah, we got the cartels and non-essential stuff like diamonds, fucking emeralds. That's how what you call it. Elon Musk, his family got rich. You know, they were starting a cartel South Africa, slaving people to steal emeralds. Now he thinks he's a self-made man. Thinks he's so brilliant because he can understand, every seventh word a smart person says, which is like 2% more worse than someone like Bill Gates can. That he's not really smart. He's the exploiter. Um, yeah, not the creator, the destroyer. So um, I don't know. You got to get beyond people's propaganda that they put out to fool you and confuse you. Because yeah, none of these motherfuckers are out to do you well. But to quote Boots Riley again, we're taught from the cradle to Bill Gates fable, which leads to high speeds and Buick LeSables. And it's just we have no excuses, just great alibis. And poster faces you can't analyze, and poker faces you can't analyze. Yeah, something like that. I gotta listen to it again. But the message of the song is, I would hope to be clear. Yeah, we're lied to about the people who help us. All if you hear about some billionaire in the news, some giving billionaire, they want to give everything to the kids, like Bill Gates. He's such a child philanthropist. He just gives everything to the kids, so much to the kids that he has to sign a non-disclosure agreement with anyone who's seen him giving it to the kids, so that it doesn't get out into the public how much he loves those kids deeply, well, as deep as he can penetrate them with his love. I don't think. Are you voting RFK now that he's running as a third party, most likely? I mean, listen, you guys know, or you should know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy aficionado, a conspiracy connoisseur. Right? I said this a while ago. I said, like, just that the concept of RFK. He's not going to be able to run as a Democrat. We already saw the Democrats fuck over Bernie multiple times, right? He seemed so perfect until he started opening up his mouth about Israel. That was some suspicious shit. He could be so on point on so many subjects, but then just really shit the bed on Israel. And I was like, well, if he's this bad on Israel. It's clear he can't run as a Democrat. What if, like, he had already made plans with Cornel West that Cornel West would be the president and RFK Jr. would be the vice president, since Cornel West kind of shit the bed when it came to the coronavirus and the measures taken during that. Uh, but then he's on point when it comes to Israel, so he could be foreign policy, and then RFK Jr. could focus on domestic policy. That would be a pretty dope ticket. Uh, yeah, I said that would be pretty ideal for me since they both have their shortcomings, and I feel like they would complement each other well. Um, we have yet to see how it's going to unfold, but yeah, I did hear some of the rumblings because the Democrats are just they're stepping large when it comes to fucking over RFK and just any Democrat who might be thinking of going against the most corrupt Democrat, Joe Biden. It's the most corrupt. I mean, he's like he's up there with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is basically Joe Biden with a bigger dick and larger balls. Um, I know she likes to say she's a woman, but for me to believe that, I have to believe the biggest liar in the world. Like she just wouldn't lie about being a woman. I mean, those are probably her pronouns, he, she. I have no doubt that's probably what she calls herself now. Well, I'm talking about what she was born, what she was working with originally. I don't even think she got rid of the penis because I saw like her wearing a pantsuit. It was an anaconda situation. So, um, and now it's just like it's sickening to hear her continue to come out talk about bringing democracy to Ukraine. Like you old silly, we don't have democracy here. If I had the option to export this what we they call democracy in my country to any country, I would feel ashamed to do it. I wouldn't do it for free, let alone pay billions and billions of dollars, put it in the hands of Nazis so they can get democracy, as they no longer can vote for who is president. Like they're like getting forced in a war that they don't see benefiting them at all. It's just knucking futz. But if we did have a democracy where we locked up war criminals like your Joe Bidens, Hillary Clintons, Barack Obamas, Donald Trump's for actual war crimes, not for bullshit that uh, uh, they can't tie the Democrats to. Um, yeah, I'll be all about that. That would be the closest thing to justice I've seen in this country. Ukraine is horribly corrupt. Yes, they are. And yeah, they get that from us. But we are the Ukraine. I'll just say this, and I'll head out. But we are the Ukraine of North America. What do you mean by that? Well, after the Lend-Lease program was established by the British, more specific, Winston Churchill. um, yeah, we became effectively we were just fucking like a big Ukraine. We all of our industries had refocused all of their intellectual prowess on weapons. And it was a big financial incentive from the European countries, more specifically Britain. But as we've come to see, it's just all Europe, because Vietnam, that was the French War. It was started by the French. Iraq War started originally in 1920. The British did that. You know, they started going after all the former pieces of the Ottoman Empire. That's what Palestine was about. You know, they figured that's how they can solve their Jewish problem, i.e., give a bunch of brown people land to European Jews. Then Hitler came, funded by the West. All of the Nazis that were funded by Britain ended up moving to the United States, Canada, all of the British bitch states. Um, because, yeah, we are a satellite of Britain, just like Ukraine, UK, reign. The reign continues to go on to this day. Matter of fact, that was the first call I had with George Galloway, trying to convince him that his government is the brains of this whole operation. My government is the bronze. He was like, "Oh, we're not a bunch of James Bonds." Yeah, you don't have to be, right? We got a bunch of conniving and all that stuff, but all of this government corruption, it was installed by the Brits. Corporations corrupt my government to the point where the corporation has more rights and power than all of people, right? If they want something done, even if it's poisoning us, doing some evil shit, it gets done, right? And London itself is a corporation. My government's run by corporate bitches. Government of London is a corporation. Not just saying that, not just that corporation, but most of the biggest corporations, they hide their money overseas. They say they set up business in some place like Ireland, pay our taxes to them. Like we give them government subsidies for billions of dollars. They hide it in Europe, so Europeans get their taxes that they stole from us. Anybody see anything wrong with that? Yeah. So yeah, we are little Ukraine or big Ukraine, and we're trying to like continue making other countries into our image. It's the pedagogy of the oppressed, but we really need to overthrow all of the corrupt leadership, lock them up, set an example, um, and get away from all of this evil countries led by just the most evil people as they point their finger at people like Vladimir Putin, which I'm no fan of Vladimir Putin, but I know my government is umpteen times worse than anything he's ever done. He's actually trying to bring peace to the Middle East, along with China. I got no smoke with China. When the corporations that run our news tell me to hate someone, I just love them more, and I hate the corporation, and that's how everything should be. We are big Ukraine. Yes, Ukraine is corrupt as shit because they're made in our model. So just keep that in mind. All right, and on that note, keep the fight alive. Don't forget to be good to each other. Peace, you silly geese. Ooh, ooh, ooh.